Hi, I am back and I can report that I've done some hiking. So I'm going to just do a short little introduction to my video and then I'll do a brief little summary at the end. But I hiked from July 6th through July 14th, about a 9-day span of hiking. I did about 3.5 days of actual backpacking in the beginning, and I wasn't able to film quite as much. I had some people around me at that point, and I just couldn't get my act together to video. I did a little bit more later on as I went, but then the last part of my hike, I was slack packing each day, which was really nice because it was super hot. I'm not quite ready to feel like camping alone by myself yet. And so slack packing worked out great because I could hike and I could go fast, and it was hot and humid, and all of those things made it a little bit better for me. So I went back and started at Dix Creek Gap, which is where I stepped off trail back in March. When I had to leave because of COVID related issues, and I hiked all the way through to Fontana Dam. So I'm at roughly at mile 166 now on the Appalachian Trail, which I know is not very far, but I'll take it. That's what I have. So my goals at this point are just to try to hike north whenever I can. And I realize that I'm not going to be able to complete a through hike this year. It's just not in the cards for me. So when I get a chance, I'm going to get out there and hike north and see how far I get. And then when I get a chance, I'm going to go back and pick up wherever I left off and hike north some more. So who knows what's going to happen. I'm just taking it one day at a time. So here's the video, and again, I'll come back at the very end and close out with a few comments. Thanks. These are all views from the third day of hiking. I didn't do any filming on day 2 because it rained a big part of the day. So this is all the way up to Albert Mountain. So all of these photos and videos were taken at the top of Albert Mountain. Stopped there for quite a while to rest. I thought the climb up to Albert Mountain was really sort of tough and difficult. I don't ever really remember hearing or watching a lot of videos where people say that climb is hard, but I thought it was hard. It was really hot, and I was very glad to finally get to the tower and climb up Albert Mountain. You could go almost to the very top of the tower. The very top is locked and closed, but you were able to climb up there partway and get good views all around. So it was good. This is a view somewhere near Rock Gap on the way down to Winding Stair Gap, which is where I got off and was able to get my clothes washed and dried. It was good to take a little break down in Franklin from here. So finally got my video camera out. This is actually the 5th day I've been hiking, but right now I'm hiking up some of the balds today. I'll be hitting Waya Bald in about a couple of miles. And then I've got, at the end of the day, Waya Bald at the end of the day today. So that's my hike for today. And I've already done a bit of the climb out of Winding Stair Gap. And now I'm on a little flat section, so I thought I would make myself pull out the video and video something. So here I am at Panther Gap, I guess. I don't think there's any panthers out here, so I don't know why that is called that, but anyway, I'm hiking and it's pretty hot and humid, but I'm on a flat section, so no complaints. Here we go. Check out this cute little bridge. So cute. I've come down from the Waya Bald area, and now I am hiking up to Waya Bald. And so far I'm making much better time than I really thought that I would, but I believe that I've got a big climb ahead of me. I'm not really sure, haven't looked at the gut hook, but I think I've got a big climb ahead of me, so I don't really know what I'll see, but right now I'm going up that trail right there, and I'll let you know. This is what I hiked all day long for. 9.9 miles, I think, this morning. It's only like 1:35. I'm still huffing and puffing, but holy cow, that is beautiful. I think a storm is coming in this afternoon. Look at that. This is all the way around. I'm standing up on the Waya Tower, Waya Bald Tower. That is just beautiful. This is Saturday morning, my 6th day of hiking. I was dropped off this morning at the Waya Bald Tower, and I'm hiking down from there this morning. It's pretty nice this morning. Little breeze blowing and kind of enjoyable. Very quiet out here. So yeah, again, I am so bad at videotaping, just taking the time to pull out my camera. I barely have any pictures. And I've been hiking for 6 days. I just am not going to be an interesting video person to follow from that aspect. But like even this morning, I'm on a pretty flat section right here, but it's just so super muddy, and so I don't want to slip. So I can't go but so fast. And with not and having to hold the camera makes it a little bit more difficult. But anyway, hiking and having fun and making miles, getting a few paces down the trail, and which is now my new goal. Just hike north, that's all. And when I have to stop and I have to go back home, I'll go back home and do what I have to do there, and then try to make arrangements to get back out and hike north some more. So just trying to make the best of a situation that got all tangled up for me, and not what I originally planned, but you know, that's life. You gotta go with it. You gotta just keep doing what you can do, and don't worry about it too much. So anyway, that's it for now. You get an idea of what I'm looking at, and I will try to do some more video later today, because really I would like to be able to remember this hike for myself. So I'm going to try to make myself do more pictures. I'll check in later. So I thought I'd show you while I'm stopped to catch my breath that this is what I'm hiking through, except that's where I came from right there. And it's a pretty narrow little path, and the weeds come up to about my shoulders. Some of them are actually above my head. So I'm not real thrilled about that, but lots of spider webs in between. Of course, I'm knocking them all down with my face. But yeah, so I don't know if this is typical summer or whether normally there'd be trail maintenance maybe to mow some of it down. But anyway, I've done this several times over the last few days, and it's not my favorite. Anyway, catch you later. Here's another pretty view that I came on. I just stopped and had like a early lunch at, I think it was called Ice Water Shelter, just a little ways back. And the weather has been nice. I'm in a really like shaded part of the trail, and I came from up there. You can see the trail, and I'm going downhill, headed that way. Here we go. So here I am at Waya Bald, and on the tower where you get 360-degree views all around, and it is absolutely beautiful. I will say that originally on this particular day I had only planned to hike 9.5 miles down to Tellico Gap, but I felt like it was so easy, that little section, that I thought I would just keep hiking and just do another 8.1 miles all the way down to the NOC. And so that's what I ended up doing on this particular day. But it was a really long day. But up to this point, the day was fairly easy. It got much harder after this, and I got tired. But this was so worth it to see these views. And you'll see more views coming up here in a second that I saw on the way down. It was a long day, but it was a beautiful day for views. I really enjoyed it. Can y'all see the trail? Barely. I mean, I can kind of see it right now, but there have been times when I can't see it at all. And I don't really like walking in this. It's widening up a little bit. No lie, y'all. This is my trail. It's down here. Can you, it's down there somewhere. That's my trail. Help. Okay. So, you can't probably tell on the camera, but that is straight downhill. It looks like it's going right off the edge of the mountain. But there are spectacular views out here. But the sun is shining and it is hot. Hot, 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 hot. But it is pretty. Now let me get down that thing. This is a nice little camp area. Got a couple of benches, and I believe it's called Cody Gap. And I'm gonna be heading up that way. Maybe that's the sign for it, but I don't know how you'd ever read it. The tree has grown right over the sign. So, sorry about that, Cody Gap. But there's a little breeze blowing through here and feels good. That's the direction that I came from. That is the direction that I'm headed. Today is the day of steps. Eesh. Good luck, knees. I was picked up at the end of the day at Fontana Dam. Thank goodness, because everything at Fontana Dam was closed and it was so hot that day. I was glad to have the day over. On my last day of hiking, I decided to do the section from Stokoe Gap to the Knock southbound. Okay, I believe I'm at Chihuahua or Chihuahua. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's really pretty. And it has been a very, very difficult climb, steep climb up, and I'm sure it'll be a equally steep climb down. I'm not sure what this is gonna look like on film. I just came down from that hill right there, and I came across this tree that has fallen. You can see, I don't know if you can tell, that's the root ball right there. Anyway, I had to take off my pack, and crawl under in that little spot right there and crawl out here. And there's the whole rest of the tree down the mountain. And now I'm going that way. Whew. I hope that video made a little bit of sense. Basically, I hiked north all the way except for once I got to the knock the first time. That particular day was over 17 miles. It was almost 18 miles for me that day, and I was so tired that what I thought I would do is skip ahead and do a section that would put me hiking all the way up to Fontana Dam, and then I came back at the very end and hiked southbound from Stokoe Gap down back into the knock on the other side, and that closed the gap for me and got me all the way through with a full section done. So that was how the video went. During my comments about what happened during that hike are that in the very beginning, in the early part, when I was down still in Georgia and very early section of North Carolina, there were a few hikers out there hiking, but once I got past the knock, it was really very few hikers out there. I mean, hardly. I would hike all day long and not see another hiker. So it was very lonely hiking. And the few people that I did pass would tell me the same thing, that they weren't seeing anybody, that they were camping alone, that there basically just wasn't anybody out there. So I don't know whether it's the heat, nobody wants to hike right now, or, I mean, I knew there wouldn't be through hikers, I knew that, but I felt like I'd see section hikers out there, and really there were very few people. Trail maintenance has really not been done anywhere. I think that's been mentioned in other videos as well. It was very weedy. I can't even begin to tell you how my legs are just been eaten alive by, I don't think mosquitoes, I think it was spiders and maybe flies. There were a lot of black flies around, especially during the afternoon hours when it was hot and not much of a breeze going. So I do have a lot of bites on my legs, and I had to, and maybe some of it's even poison ivy or something like that. I don't know, because like I said, I did hike through a lot of heavy weeds, and so, you know, I don't know, whatever. I got bites. And I did see a lot of blowdowns and a lot of trees that you have to go over or under or whatever. I did not see any snakes, thank goodness. I saw a little tiny little baby snake at one point, but it just scooted away. And there may have been snakes, and maybe I just didn't see them. I'm so grateful and glad that I didn't see them. I did not actually see a bear. I did see a bear running, the results of a bear running away. First I heard it, and there's absolutely no mistaking the sound of a large bear crashing down the mountain. You know it when you can hear it. And then I saw the rustling of the leaves following the bear as he went on down the mountain. But apparently he heard me and left, which was exactly the way it should be. So I was happy about that. I got terrified by a couple of those birds, those big birds. I think it's some sort of grouse that comes, waits until you are walking right by the trail, and then it flies out and just terrifies you when that happens. That happened a couple of times to me. And that was the extent of my interaction with forest animals. And I think I mentioned about 1,000 times how hot it was. So anyway, that's kind of my hike, and I am excited and looking forward to the next time that I get out there. I would really like to find somebody to hike with, especially now that it feels lonely out there. I know there will be more hikers out in the Smokies than there were that I saw where I was. So maybe that'll help. But anyway, that was my hike. I'm excited and glad that I got that completed and looking forward to the next time. Thanks for watching.